For project one. Today I want to be explaining how my card guessing game um, application meets the MVC architecture requirements, also known as Model View Controller. Um, I'm going to walk through each part, and the first part is that we'll start off with is going to be the actual model. So I have my file named as game model.dart. Um, the model is how do I explain this? Is more responsible for managing the data and the business logic um, of the application. So in my project, the model is represented again, like I said, as game underscore model dot dart. Um, the data management is going to be under the class card guessing game. Um, This class holds a game state, including the list of cards, total coins, game state, and whether cheat answers are shown. Um, the business logic for inside the model is going to be, if I can find it here, the reset the reset retry game. Um, these methods handle core game functionalities such as like resetting the game, um, placing the bets for the cards, and the revealing of the cards. Um, the state management is going to, of course, be the game state, which is at the top here, the enum game state. Um, Enum is going to define the different states the game can be in, whether it's the init state, playing, and over. Um, I originally had a another state, which is like you are broke, which was taking me to another screen, and then I'd like kind of just adjusted it back to some more similar to how the project was created in the YouTube video. Um, but from here, we'll move on to my view. So I have two views. So I will be a little bit if I can remember where some stuff is. It is very late, so. Um, we're looking for the home screen dart uh, file, and then but in here it should be the main screen. Okay, so the home screen. Let me just explain it like this: the home screen class is going to be. I have it dedicated directly to the home underscore screen dot dart file. I have a separate file just for the main menu screen, just to keep it separated. Just for me, it was easier to organize my code and try to piece everything together. When I was having the main menu screen and the home screen completely in one, I noticed there was a lot of collision errors that I was getting, trying to just it was just little things that just wasn't interacting well. Um, I spent like hours just trying to debug and trying to find out, and I just decided that it might be easier for me to pull the main menu screen into its own separate file into the view folder. Um, but views are more responsible for like displaying the data to the user and sending user actions directly to the controller. Um, and like I said, view is represented as my two files that I selected. Um, the view renders UI elements based on the current state of the model. I believe I'm explaining this right. Based off the current state of the model, for example, if I think it's in my home screen dart, my playing screen function. Okay, so there's the widget, the playing screen. Yeah, so yeah, widget playing screen. Yep. Okay. So the methods displays the current state of the cards and the total coins. As we can see that we have the total coins set to 0, and then I have it as to call the set state um, function. This is also going to, yeah, this right here is just gonna the center. I have it wrapped in the center container just so it's centered the card grid. I was having a lot of issues just with the app being everything centered, so I had to go back and kind of just reorganize everything. A lot of the user interaction with the view um, is directly captured. Like this is involving like whether it's the button presses, which will send these actions to the controller. Um, it just ensures that the user interface is interactive and visually represents the current state of the game, as defined by the model. So the final one that I have is the controller. So the controller pretty much handles user interactions and updates the model. Um, in my project, I have the controller represented as the game underscore controller.dart. Handling user input. One of the methods used is the just the class, the game controller, the class handle. Like starting, I don't know how. So like pretty much starting a new game, placing a bet, toggling the cheat answers. These methods directly update the model based off of the user's input. So if the player's pretty much like, if he's clicking the buttons, if he's doing anything directly with the UI, which is normally handled by with the view, the game controller is going to update the actual model based off the player's input. For secondly, I have the controller methods update the model state and data. For instance, the on pressed new game function will reset the game. On press bet places a bet on a specific card, which I think I have it. Yep, right here. On press bet. Updating the view. After updating the model, the controller calls the set state function, which is something that I was looking at in the view, to update the view, ensuring that any changes in the model are reflected in the UI. The controller pretty much is like a middle ground between the model and the view, ensuring that the player's actions, the user, will lead to the appropriate updates in the model that the view directly reflects those updates. So pretty much the MVC architecture, the model view controller, I felt like this project demonstrated it pretty well. I tried to keep it pretty well organized and maintainable, that aligns with the actual principles that were assigned for this project. Um, the application has a clear responsibility promoting better code organization and easier maintenance. But other than that, I feel like that kind of pretty much touches on every base for the MVC in this code, and kind of just explaining like little thing, some of the little things is that like what's it called and what's the specifics of it. So I do appreciate for watching.